Hi, I'm Wayward, and this is Command & Conquer 3, Kane's Wrath 1.02 plus R17 patch. Looking at a 1 versus 1 today that I was actually sent. So I'm really just kind of excited that people care enough to do that. But anyway, so the map, of course, is Tournament Galaxy, one of those, large, flat maps that Kane's Wrath is very much known for. In the top right, as our orange Reaper 17 coming out with some disintegrators from that portal, is Hemox. And the player who actually, I started the match down in their corner, is 1stImpact playing as GDI. Just to make sure I actually said this, Hemox is Reaper 17, not stock Scrin. We've got all those disintegrators coming out. They will, of course, take out this Rifleman squad with a couple of losses, but they've been spotted, so whatever they're going to be doing is a little, not going to work as well as Hemox had intended. So this is not, I don't think, a super high-level match. There's going to be some mistakes going on, some maybe not as optimal play necessarily. But that doesn't mean it can't be interesting, and I hope to get a good experience out of this. Those Riflemen, what are they doing? They're just hurting themselves there. Interesting, got an APC coming out. I guess that's going to be used for scouting. That's a really weird placement to me. Got that little fighting emplacement in the Tiberium. Okay, let's just take a quick look. So things are starting off a little more slowly than we typically see in Kane's Wrath. There we go, is that second extractor. So both players kind of playing standard after their little quirks in the beginning. Still keeping those disintegrators around, of course. And 1stImpact moving out to his natural. I am interested to see if he goes here or here, because he could actually move a little further and get double harvesting going on. And Hemox is getting the blue Tiberium. I think that's not a bad choice. Seeker coming out just to protect that harvester, I would assume. Let's see. It might be used for scouting. Oh, both players trying to harvest. 1stImpact a little slower. Does not get any of that sweet, sweet blue Tiberium. There's actually a fairly large force out now for Hemox. 1stImpact does, I assume, sees that. Let's see. Like empty APCs. He's got a couple APCs on the field now, actually. Let's see. I assume we're going to see some more economic expansion going on for 1stImpact. Hemox has also moved. So one thing I am noticing is that the top tier players, they know exactly how far to move their drone platform or MCV to get that optimal kind of distance to build radius range, and these guys are moving a little closer to the field than is strictly necessary. Got that barracks back out for 1stImpact. Things taking a little while to get off the ground at this point. I think this makes sense. This is a nice combo. Got those missile troops coming out, loading up those APCs. That's a nice versatile force. Let's see. From Hemox, not a lot coming out right now. Just kind of got some Seekers. That's another thing I don't see that the better players doing very much is Seekers are not heavily utilized. Speaking of Seekers, we do have a lightning spike coming down, and the Speaker Disintegrator army is being torn up by these APCs. So now the Seekers will be able to take out the APCs, I think, pound for pound. They do tolerably well against Missile Troopers too. Actually, the Seekers are not doing quite as well as I had thought. There are a ton of them, though, so Hemox is going to be able to get the better of this engagement. Losing more Seekers than I think he would have cared to, but that's all right. Oh, looks like our GDI player is producing Predator tanks. That's a good switch, a good combo to add to that army. Lightning Spike has not yet been touched. That was a fun little touch there. Do have Nerve Center out. That's Nerve Center out for Hemox. See where he goes with that. Usually I see Skrin just kind of try to just really quickly get to tier 3, so I assume that's what's going to happen here. This overcommitment to Seekers I think may be slowing him down a little bit. This is a good plan. This is, of course, what you want to do. Deny your opponent that passive income from the Tiberium Spike. It is still... Oh, it's actually being repaired, so I think the Predator tanks might be able to push these Seekers off. I don't know, there might be enough Seekers to deal with these tanks. Well played by 1stImpact, keeping that Spike alive still, at least for now. Still sticking with those APCs. Another support power coming down, those repair drones, keeping those Seekers in fighting shape. Let's see. Yeah, see, this is the hallmark of a less skillful player. Those AA turrets coming down. There's nothing to protect them with. In fact, with the Seekers, I would argue you don't even need them in the first place. Yeah, there's the technology assembler getting the, I assume, the force fields upgrade is what's going to be coming. Let's see. 1stImpact now with a ton of Predator tanks out. This is actually a fairly large force. Oh, going for the Reclamator hub, so the Marv is coming. We're just getting all the tech now. I got the stasis chamber, why not? Nerve center. Simulator, strange. So yeah, this AA seems completely useless to me. Taking out that lightning spike, very nice. Zone trooper, engineer. I assume this. I guess this is for the Marv when it comes. Let's see, a second war factory. Both players are pretty close to needing to expand to their third. Arguably could have done so by now, especially with the match going as slowly as this is. There's no reason to not just jump down there and get a bunch more resources. In fact, there goes Hemox doing just that. Presumably, kind of pathing is a little strange there. Okay, Reaper tripods, nice. Tripods versus Marvs. Oh, now it's 1stImpact's turn to take out that Tib Spike, and Hemox is not going to do anything to stop it. Or the Marv come out, and yeah, I don't know that we're going to see the Reclamator hub sold off. Ugh. Should not have been that hard to get out. Also mixing in some tier 3, like the Juggernaut and that Mammoth tank. Skrin army is not upgraded and easily goes down to the railgun predators. So, boom. That is a big blow against Hemox, who is now in a very precarious situation. He's only got a couple of tripods out, just the one, no, two now. 2 warp chasms. Warp sphere, sorry, chasm's the next one up. Next larger size. So yeah, 1stImpact seems like he is in a good spot with all this. Yeah, look at that. Marv is ready to go. And it looks like 1stImpact taking the route of just kind of base crawling up to that. I guess that makes sense. They're pretty close together. Tripods do not have their force fields. That's going to be a problem. Oh, I see. They're sucking up Tiberium to power themselves up. That makes sense. I really hate these AA turrets. There's no reason for them to be sitting out there. There's not even any air on the GDI side. It's just a complete waste of resources. Where are the rest of those predators? That Hemox has really taken that Reaper out of position. Yeah, 4 more tanks than this. Very strange. Simulator kind of just doing nothing. The Reapers are grabbing resources, but there's not as many of them as I think he's going to need. Even with the Tiberium being sucked up, I just don't think there's as many as there should be. No, the ion cannon. Oh, the ion cannon has been built and upgraded with laser fencing, because why not? That is literally putting a countdown timer on Hemox's remaining ability to get things done. There we go. There are the force fields. I don't think this is enough tripods still with the Juggernauts and the Marv, especially with the Marv. Yeah, upgraded mammoth tanks. Where are the predators? A couple up there being unused. I feel like there were more than that. But yeah, 1stImpact is in a very safe spot right now. I don't know if he's getting any Marvisting done with the Marv there, but I don't think so. Yeah, Hemox is literally just sitting there and waiting for this to happen to him. No attempt to harass. The growth accelerators are not a bad touch. Orca Strike doing not much, it seems like. Both players being very passive, of course. Looks like 1stImpact feels comfortable enough to push out right now. Oh, I spoke too soon. Just sitting there. We have Firehawk. Did we get the airfield? Yeah, we've got an airfield coming out now. Just getting all the tech, because why not? Actually, I think at some point soon it's going to be in both players' best interest to start selling some of this stuff off. Now, I guess those AA are starting to be useful now. The tripods are in a bad spot. They're being phased to save them, trying to crush the infantry, but 1stImpact is having none of that. Phase effect is one of my favorite effects in the game, though. It's spot on in terms of the visual for what's going on. It looks like the shields can still go down, but the units themselves just take like a lot less damage. 1stImpact is very much in control of this game right now, and has been for quite a while. Well, that is a lot of tripods, and we've got some shard walkers coming out as well to deal with the air, although it looks like there's no air at this point. I love seeing the zone troopers come out. It's one of my favorite units in the game. Another Orca Strike coming in. Let's see what's going on with that. Where are the... There they are. I don't know if they're going to do too much. Stasis chamber was damaged, but not destroyed. Yeah, I am not entirely sure. I mean, Hemox is almost out of time at this point, right? He needs to try to make something happen. Here we go. This is probably the climactic battle that's gonna come down. The upgraded Reaper tripods attacking into this just kind of crazy. Oh, nice. Nice. Got the stasis going down on the Marv. This is going to change things actually for Hemox, cutting that army in half like that. That was a kind of a perfect placement for the stasis. Now, arguably, that's unfair, right? That feels pretty bad. Although the EMP going down kind of matches the sort of it's just as evil on this side. And this is actually a lot of husks going down. Oh boy, that was every single tripod gets destroyed. They're actually crushing a lot of the husks instead of trying to bother about capturing them. Oh, the commando! I missed him coming out. Easy to miss. Doing push-ups. Well, that pretty much settles it. Yeah, there we go. Hemox does quitting out of that. So as an instructive match, I'm not entirely sure what you're going to get out of this. This was not the highest level play. Honestly, the map, it seemed itself was kind of iffy in terms of gameplay. I think you might have gotten more interesting gameplay on a less just big, flat, open map. Hemox really did kind of cede the initiative to 1stImpact pretty early on. Kind of tried that disintegrator rush, and that didn't work. And of course, you know, that would have been better with Traveler than with Reaper. But even then, it got scouted out pretty early, and then just kind of gave up with it by the time those APCs came out. Yeah, that's a tough one, and it looks like Hemox actually did have the resource advantage. Well, I mean, they were pretty close actually for pretty much most of the time. Hemox definitely with more structures, and 1stImpact was relying a lot on lighter units. But toward the end there, I mean, like 1stImpact, you can see it really kept his income, kept his units around longer, which means, you know, even though the income was really close, that definitely put the benefit on our GDI player. But thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed, even though it wasn't like the cream of the crop Kane's Wrath action. Still had some interesting moments, I think. Still had some fun. So this is Wayward, and I'll catch you next time. Thanks.